हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू मेंटल ट्रिक्स। आज हम आपके लिए साइंस का चैप्टर 13 स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर के रिवीजन क्वेश्चंस लाए जो बहुत बहुत काम आएंगे आपके एग्जाम में। और मैं गारंटी से कह रहा हूँ कि ये क्वेश्चंस आपके एग्जाम में जरूर आएंगे। चलिए अब इन क्वेश्चंस को हम देखते हैं। चलिए चलिए शुरू करते हैं। हमारा क्वेश्चन 1 है, व्हाट इज मैटर? Any substance that is mass and occupies space. Question 2. What is matter made up of? Matter is made up of very small particles called, ये यहाँ पर मिसिंग है, इसमें वो भी आएगा, called molecules. Question 3. What makes liquids take the shape of the container they are poured in? Liquids take the shape of the container they are poured in because the particles are not as tightly packed as in solids. Question 4. List any three processes to show that matter changes from one state to matter. The three processes to show that matter changes from one state to another are: first, melting; second, freezing; third, evaporation; fourth, condensation. Question 5. How does heating and cooling affect the movement of particles? Answer. On cooling, the movement of particles decrease. On heating, the movement of particles increase. Question 6. Explain in what way is the arrangement of particles related to the states of matter? Answer. First, solids. In solids, the particles are very closely packed, and because of this, mostly solids have fixed shape. Question 2. Liquids. In liquids, particles are not as closely packed as in solids. This is the reason liquids can take the shape of the container they are poured into. Third, gases. In gases, particles are very loosely packed and they can easily flow from one place to another. Question 7. Describe how the states of matter change in terms of the movements of tiny particles. In terms of the movement of particles, the change in states of matter will be as follows. First, melting. In this process, a solid changes into a liquid. On heating, the particles of the solid will start changes, moving faster on heating and break away from the rigid pattern, thus making a liquid. Second, freezing. In this process, a liquid changes into a solid on cooling. When the liquid is cooled, the movement of its particles will decrease and they will pack themselves into a rigid shape, thus forming a solid. Third, evaporation. In this process, a liquid changes into a gas on heating. The particles start moving faster on heating and break free from the existing pattern, thus making a gas. Fourth, condensation. In this process, a gas changes into a liquid on cooling. Cooling of the gas will decrease the movement of its particles, making them free to move, thus forming a liquid. Question 8. Explain the process of contraction expansion. Answer. The process of contraction expansion. First, in this process, the size of the matter increases. Second, when the substance is heated, the particles start moving rapidly. Third, because of the increased movement of particles, they take up more space and thus expand. Contraction. First, in this process, the size of matter decreases. Second, when the substance is cooled, the movement of particles slows down. Third, because of the decreased movement of particles, they take up less space and thus contract. Question 9. Describe an example to show that substance expand on heating and contract on cooling. Due to expansion and contraction, the electric cables appear to hang loosely from the poles during summer but do not appear loose in winter. Question 10. Differentiate between solids, liquids and gases. Answer. Solids. First, in solids, particles are tightly packed. Second, solids have a fixed shape. Third, solids have a fixed volume. Fourth, solids cannot be compressed. Fifth, example, pencil ice. Liquids. First, in liquids, particles are not tightly packed. Second, liquids do not have a fixed shape and they take the shape of the container they are poured into. Third, liquids have a fixed volume. Fourth, liquids cannot be compressed. Fifth, example, water, juice. Gases. First, in gases, particles are very loosely packed. Second, gases do not have a fixed shape and occupy all the space of the container. Third, gases do not have a fixed volume. Fourth, gases can be compressed. Fifth example, air inside the football and the tire. Question 11. Name some liquids which evaporates easily. Liquids which evaporates easily are alcohol, kerosene, petrol, water and nail paint remover alcohol. Question 12. Rita wants to get ready for party but her dress is wet. Suggest some ways by which she can dry her dress. Answer. Ways by which we can dry her dress are: first, it is morning time. She can let her dress dry under the sun. Second, she can iron the dress. Third, she can dry the dress using a hair dryer. Question 13. Why do clothes dry faster in summer than in winter? Due to the heat of sun and the temperature is high in summer, that is why clothes dry faster in summer than in winter. Question 14. Why do chocolates melt on eating? ये इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर आप हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन में देंगे. आप हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन में आंसर भेजेंगे. अब हम इम्पोर्टेंट टर्म्स देख लेते हैं कुछ जो आपके एग्जाम में जरूर आएंगे डेफिनेटली. फर्स्ट, miscible liquids. Those pair of liquids which get mixed with each other in all properties are called miscible liquids. Example, milk and water. Second, immiscible liquids. Those pair of liquids which do not get mixed in each other are called immiscible liquids. Example, oil and water. Third, expansion. The increase in size of matter on heating is called expansion. Fourth, contraction. The decrease in size of matter on cooling is called contraction. Dissolving solids, liquids and gases in water. Water is called a universal solvent as it dissolves most of the substances in it. Solids. Substances that get dissolved in water easily and form solution. Example, salt and sugar get dissolved in water to form a solution. However, some substances do not get dissolved in water. Example, chalk powder, sand, etc. Liquids. Some liquids are soluble in water. Example, milk, fruit juice. Gets mixed in water. However, some liquids like petrol, diesel does not get mixed in water. Gases. गैसेस का भी है. अब मैं गैसेस को आप लोगों को ऐसे ही बोलकर सुनाता हूँ. चलिए. गैसेस. Some gases get dissolved in water. Example, oxygen and carbon dioxide are slightly soluble in water. However, some gases do not get dissolved in water. Example, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. तो गाइस, आपको अगर हमारे रिवीजन क्वेश्चंस अच्छे लगे हो तो लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना. और आप हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन में बता सकते हैं कि आपको कौन से चैप्टर के रिवीजन क्वेश्चंस चाहिए. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग मेंटल ट्रिक्स.